Mainly to their Scrooge-like defence has been a case of so far so good for Harry Redknapp's QPR as they bid for a swift return to the top flight for the first time of asking. Back on top of the table, they faced another of the promotion rivals, third-placed Leicester City, with Nigel Pearson's side failing to win their last three. Well, there was one change for the hosts, with Nico Kranjčar in for Jermaine Jenas, new signing Yossi Benayoun starting on the bench. While for Leicester, they began with the same team that started in last week's draw with Burnley, including striker Jamie Vardy. Commentary from John Champion.
Simpson, and it's steered goalwards without power by Gary O'Neill. Wasn't struck with total confidence. Build-up was neat, as we've come to expect from QPR. It was placed rather than blasted. It's Kranjčar! Turned aside, pounced upon by Charlie Austin now. Comfortable stop for Kasper Schmeichel. We have a visitor. Represents an unusual problem for Paul Tierney, the referee. Squirrel stopped play. Ben Graham, the fourth official, with the gloves on. Nugent off in hot pursuit. At last we can resume. Hill. O'Neill. He went in there with studs showing. Just the sort of challenge that referees are being encouraged to clamp down on. We have seen red cards issued in such circumstances. Carroll, nice ball. Charlie Austin. And then the follow-up from O'Neill. And it comes now to Phillips. And he's denied by the plunging Schmeichel. Austin with the first incursion, O'Neill from distance, Moore helping out his goalkeeper, and then his goalkeeper doing the rest. Goes Vardy. Oh, that's a great finish. That's a super goal from Jamie Vardy. He's only the third visiting player to score at Loftus Road all season. And he's done so with Leicester's first effort on target. Just afforded that yard of space. And didn't he take full advantage? Tony Fernandez, the owner of Queen's Park Rangers. Alongside him on the left there, Philip Beard, the chief executive. Kranjčar. Here's Austin. Now it's Phillips. Oh, it's a bad touch by Phillips. And it made the attempted finish all the more tricky. It was as incisive a move as the home side have produced so far. Carroll. Space and time for the left back, Asuikoto. Drilled it. Charlie Austin couldn't do as much with it as he would have liked. Not impressed by the delivery. Oh, and then Asuikoto and Austin having a physical disagreement as well. Then goes Vardy. Goalkeeper's clearance only as far as David Nugent. Green's back on his line, but here's Dyer! And that was a big chance to make it two. Could have put a very different complexion on matters. Green's poor clearance. Leicester worked it well. All bar the finish from Lloyd Dyer, which he dragged. Kranjčar. Barton. Rather ambitious. Looping deflection though, took it just wide of Liam Moore. Barton nearly got very lucky. It was unlikely that was going to fly in the top corner unaided from that sort of distance. Richard Dunn. Tease it beyond Konchesky, it finds Phillips. Down goes Phillips under the challenge of Liam Moore. Referee not interested. Moore thinks that Phillips took a dive. Phillips largely lost his own footing. Nugent, Vardy. dangerous fashion, and he's booked. Dissimilar to Gary O'Neill in the first half. Nugent, who we're told is soon to be replaced by Jeff Schlupp. That's James with a deflection, and it clips the bar. Anthony James still to score this season. But it looped off the outstretched leg of Richard Dunn. Chesky's throw. The left arm of Barton making contact with Gary Taylor-Fletcher. Yellow cards coming out from Paul Tierney, the referee. Barton arguing and kicking the ball against Taylor-Fletcher. That could be another yellow. It is. He's off. Another unsavoury chapter in the career of Joey Barton. And with him may go QPR's hopes of salvaging this game. Chesky, Moore, three-quarter. As usual, it's gone through a mountain of work in midfield, but that's a poor ball to Chesky. That was the intention. Instead, it was Benayoun. This is Charlie Austin. Just about the first thing that three-quarter's done wrong. In the face, Vasilevsky was the Leicester defender. Benayoun is the player who appeared to be caught. And Paul Tierney deciding not to get involved in that. Vasilevsky certainly stepped across the Israeli. Everything riding on this for the championship leaders. Forward by Green. Here's Austin, and Schmeichel gathers it. And that should be enough. It is enough. QPR's unbeaten home league record has gone. Full-time score at Loftus Road. Queen's Park Rangers 0, Leicester City 1.
We knew it would be a difficult game. They're a good team. You know, Leicester are one of the teams, you know, I think in this division with a big chance of going up automatically. So we knew, and it was a tight game. You know, it could have gone either way. Hinged on we had a couple of good opportunities first half that we couldn't convert, and then the lad, you know, he scored a great goal for them, fantastic finish, and really that was the difference in the two teams. It were two evenly matched teams, I felt, really.
For all the good football in the first half in particular, it was a pretty direct goal, but great finish, great flick, great finish. So, you know, it's I'm pleased for him because he puts in so much hard work for the side and got his rewards today.
Joey's been great for us. He's been great in the dressing room, on the training ground, and on the pitch. So it's a shame to lose him, for sure, you know, but you know, I'll have a chat with him, we'll have a look at it, but no, I can't fault his attitude since I've been here. He's been absolutely top class, and so it's a shame. This is, you know, the first time he's been sent off since I've been here, and let's hope it's the last.
And we'll have another look at the Joey Barton incident shortly, but for Leicester, they're the first team to come away from Loftus Road, Steve, with all 3 points. Was that because they were the most resilient and organised of the two?
I think it was a game that almost suited Leicester by the way they play. You know, we've seen them on occasions when they've been away from home. They sit back, 2 banks of 4, soak up pressure, and then hit sides on their counter-attack with players who will join very quickly with pace. 2 boys up front are quick, so you know, there's always a threat there. They're not just sitting back and defending for 90 minutes. QPR had moments in the game, particularly first half, had lots of possession, lacked a little bit of width down the left, but 1 or 2 fantastic moves, and also a couple of good chances at the end of it that didn't make the most of.
So what about the main talking point then? QPR ending the game with 10 men. Joey Barton's tweeted tonight, says these are the 2 of the softest yellows you're ever likely to get. What do you think?
Well, I mean, in isolation, probably, you know, he's unlucky on both occasions, but, you know, it's a silly thing to do. He shouldn't have, you know, kicked the ball at a player, you know, when you know that the referee's going to book you, because then you're giving the referee the opportunity, a chance to send you off. Which is crazy, and he does that right in front of the ref. You know, okay, it's harsh, there's no doubt about that, but he's got to take responsibility for his own actions, and it's absolutely no good doing that. You know, when you're in a position where you know, the referee's going to book you, you're given the opportunity to send you off like that.
As for Leicester are concerned, bit of irony because of course they dominated the first half against Blackpool last week, or Burnley I think it was, of course. Didn't have much to show for it this time, however, under the cosh for much of the game, but they only had 2 chances on goal and put one of them away.
Yeah, I mean, as we said, there's some decent moves in this game. This is route one, this is forward. This shows a great understanding between the two front players. Nugent's excellent in the air for someone who's not the archetype of Tiger Man, and he's got a yard of pace that gets him away from Richard Dan there, and it's a fantastic finish from Vardy. He's looking a real good player, and the player they paid an awful lot of money for. QPR, I'm surprised that Harry didn't mention they just need somebody, to come on to give Charlie Austin a little bit of help in games like this, because with only the one forward player and no other options going forward, that's something that they need to address. Zamora, Johnson, they need one of them back quick, so they've got a plan B.
All in all, an eventful day for Foxes and a squirrel. Well, at St Andrews today, it was a case of the halves against the